Good evening, everyone. This is Sue here from Sue's Paper Creations, and I am going to be tossing up a ton of different products tonight on Tuesday Night Toss Up. I'm excited to include a new texture and a new bundle and a new stamp set actually that are going to be released on May the 6th. So I'm going to be showing you a ton of new products that will be coming out, and I'm going to combine all of those things to create a card inspired by one that I actually posted this week. So I am excited you are here with me tonight and you get to check it all out. Hello, Christine. We got a couple people hopping on now. They're just popping in. I guess I'm popping in people's feed. I am a little bit later this evening. I hope you got my message. Yeah, I just had I had to work tonight or today during the day, and we had a busy day and went a little bit late. So I just wanted to give a little extra time to perhaps have something to eat before I actually joined you here. Let's see here. Hello, Joy and Maxina. Nice to see you. I'm glad you get to just see me live as well. And good evening, Lynn. Yeah, for some of you, you're just, I guess you're getting ready to wind down for the night. So you can have some sweet creative dreams tonight after watching some creating, right? You'll be coming up with ideas as you're lying in bed. That happens to me all the time. As I'm laying there, I'm thinking of what I'm going to create next live, different color combinations. I really should have a piece of paper and write it down because I can never remember some of the things in the morning. All right. Okay, so welcome everyone. And if you have not been here on my channel before, I'm coming to you from the west coast of Canada. My name is Sue Phillip. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Victoria, BC on Vancouver Island, and you are arriving here at Sue's Paper Creations, where I love to come live a couple times a week and just be able to create with you all. It always gets me excited about creating. I love connecting with everyone in the comments here, seeing new names, as well as it's just like our weekly little chat in the group for those that I love seeing all the familiar names as well. It's awesome. So if you are joining and it is your first time, let us know where you're joining from. And usually we have people here from near and far, all across Canada, and often in different parts of the world. So it's exciting. We get together. All right. Tonight we're going to make a card. And I am inspired by a card. Let me just see if I can find it. I have it in my pile of goodies here, I'm sure. A card that I posted just the other day. So a lot of you may have seen this one on my website. I did a little video on how using Busy Designer Series papers can make beautiful focal points. I am going to expand on that a little bit because I've got some other Designer Series papers that I'm going to be using with my die cuts tonight that aren't so busy. So you're going to see a different idea with that. I'm also going to be using this gorgeous, absolutely stunning new embossing folder. It is called, I wrote it down here, Damask Designs, and it is gorgeous. So once I did it in the white, I thought, you know what? I want to see, there's so many different colors that I want to try this pattern out on because I think it's going to look nice and clean and fresh. It's going to look elegant. It's really going to depend on what color you texture it with. So I did a little Secret C, which is a new in color coming up. And it is a kind of a very deep navy greeny color. It's a gorgeous color and a great neutral, and I did a little texture on that. You guys are going to see it. It's so pretty, so pretty. Okay, all right, yeah, we are coming in from everywhere. Welcome, Natalie. Hello, I saw you just signed up. I saw a little notification you joining. I think it was Card Club. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Seeing you again. All right, so let's head down to my workspace. I have a couple things to show you as well as we get started. But first, oh my goodness, here is our lineup for some products. We are going to be touching and using all of these things. I did use the blooming phrases just this week and made some cute little cards with it, using the fancy border dies along with them. This one I have not cracked open yet, the Impressions Blooms. I have seen it a little bit online with some people starting to create with it. It is going to be arriving May the 6th. Same with this one, May the 6th. I'm actually not going to use the stamps, I don't think, for this one. I'm going to use a greeting off of the blooming phrases tonight. I am going to use the dies from the Impressions A Bloom, and I'll show you those. They're amazing. I'm going to use this fabulous, gorgeous texture, the Mass Designs, and this one, again, available May the 6th. We've got so many new things coming out May the 6th. It's so exciting. It's like Christmas in May. And then I am using these dies that are on the online exclusives, and they came with the stamp set. Now, I actually didn't get the stamp set, but I did end up getting, I know, surprising. It is surprising. I don't end up with every single thing. Almost everything, but not every single thing. So I did get the dies though, because I think they're fabulous. And you know, it's fun sometimes to have just a little different shape rather than a circle or a square, but you can still use it as a fun focal point. Okay, so it's just some really cool circular shapes, but not completely circle, and there's many different sizes in there. So I'm going to be using one of those. Let's see. Oh, we're going to have some fun. All right, so I want to show you the dies I am going to be using. Okay, we'll put this stuff aside. I have to actually get out a stamp for this still, or an ink, decide what color I'm going to be stamping my greeting in. But I just opened these up, and I have used a few of them. So as I use them, I'm putting them on. I have some magnetic sheets that I put them all on so that I can keep them together. But it's got some beautiful leaves. It has got these gorgeous, huge ovals, which are so pretty. One with more detail and one with just a plain shape. So I'm going to be using the round one, but I'm going to be using the flower dies. So I am really tossing things up a little bit. My theme though is coming out of this card and tossing up this texture. The concept of using your designer series papers with your dies is also what I'm going to be taking from this card, and we're going to just see how it turns out. Okay, these have some stems, some greenery, and then I have to get a couple of these to put everything on, and then it has these gorgeous flowers, which I cannot wait to cut out. So those are going to be so pretty, and we're going to be putting some of those on to our card tonight. Okay, I've done a little bit of die cutting, but I haven't done the flowers yet because I want to show you how easy they go together. All right. Okay, I see some more people hopping on. You're just in time. We're just about to get started to do some creating. Okay, we're going to make a card. It's going to be so pretty. I'm going to be using, let's see here. Let me show you this first, actually. So if you are joining me near or far, I have this question all the time. So, and I have another PDF that I just did up for May's card club. So this card club, Thankful Garden, the Zoom class is actually next week, and registration for the Zoom and in person is closed. But I do offer a full instructional 6-page, and as you can see, it is very detailed how you prep your cards, different pattern papers, and you can substitute with whatever papers that you want and pretty much whatever design you want to stick in the center. But it walks you through very clearly the design for 4 different cards, including my featured fun fold for May, because I do a featured fun fold in the class each month, and it is the pull-out panel, and I always give extra details on how that comes together. So it's super clear. So if you ever want instructions, just do instructions. You have a complete craft room full of products, but you want to be able to do some different designs, get some different looks, and you want to grab a PDF. Each one of these comes with a full 2-hour instructional video of myself walking you through how to make the 4 different designs. So I do have those in a PDF store, and the Thankful Garden is now in that PDF store as well. So it doesn't matter whether you are near or far, what part of the world you live in. I can send you a PayPal invoice, and they are $17 US per class, and that's the PDF and the video, or 24 Canadian, which is the equivalent, really. Okay, so those are always available. So there's a new one. Okay, and then I have to show you this before we get crafting, because I was so excited to pick out the colors. So you may have seen I do a paper ribbon, and I always check in something fun. Last time it was the bees, the little bee embellishments. This time I'm adding in the Good Times Therapack. So as a little gift, because I like to give you guys something fun extra in your product shares, these are all of the card bases that you get as a freebie. So there's 30 of them here, including our 5 new in colors, but also I went through the 15 different packages of gorgeous designer series papers, and I picked out 15 colors that are most common within those packages. So you will have, there's 2 of each, 15 different colors, 2 of each, so that's 30 card bases that are a little gift from me for signing up for my paper ribbon and Good Times share, and then a package of the pearls. So those are just my little freebies to you. So I was excited. I got my colors picked. I've got my cardstock cut, and I'm starting to package them up like this to put within your product shares as your little gift. Okay? All right, so let's create tonight. I have got a beautiful, this is a basic gray striped piece of designer series paper. So this is going to be on the front. I'm going to do a full front, just like I did here, okay? And then, here it is. Look at that pattern in the Secret Sea. Isn't that gorgeous? It's so pretty. So this is kind of, it is elegant. The white is elegant as well, but it's kind of crisp and clean. This is like rich and elegant, and the texture just pops off of the dark color so beautifully. This is a, it's hard to tell what the Secret Sea, the color is, but it's kind of like a deep green, like a deep sea green. Think of it as the navy of greens. That makes sense? I hope that makes sense. That's how I think of it is. It's a beautiful, dark, rich color that you can use, I think, as a neutral, and it's just gonna look so pretty. So we're gonna put a little bit of that on there, and I may actually cut this into strips. I haven't decided yet, okay? Then we are going to do our little trick with some Designer Series papers, and we are going to use some of our scraps. Okay, so this is how I decide on things, because sometimes people say, well, how do you figure out what colors it is that you like to use together? So for this deep color, I wanted to bring in, I wanted to cut out some flowers, and I want to do some beautiful leaves and little tiny flowers as well, and some greenery. But I wanted it to look like almost like a watercolor wash without having to do the work, right? So I went and I found, and you may have these laying around, or ones like them that have like a beautiful scenic on one side. These are called Splendid Autumn. Okay, so you might still have some kicking around from autumn, or at least some scraps. But on the other side, look at how there is these colors, but they're not solid. They kind of have some grain in there, almost like some wash on them. And another great package would be, I just want to show you options on different papers that you can use for what I'm going to do tonight. Like, this is another option if you like kind of more bright, pretty colors. These are our Bokeh Designer Series papers, and they have like a little fleck to them, right? But then on the other side, they have this kind of like bokeh circular feel to them. So these are the perfect papers to cut out different Designer Series dies out of and get the variation in color without having to do the actual watercoloring, right? So I chose, and I used up again, I had little scraps of some of these. I used the ones from the Splendid Autumn, and I'm going to use this green. I've already done a little bit. I'm using this blue. I think it was that blue, or was it? Let's see. I think I've got it here. It was this one. So that blue, this green, and then I'm going to use this purple. Okay, and we're going to do some purple flowers. We are going to use, I did a little bit of yellow as well, and we're going to make some gorgeous flowers to put as our focal point onto our card. Okay, so I did a little bit, so let's get ready to do some flowers. So I liked the fact that these flowers are not like, these papers are not a solid color, right? I could do a solid color, but it's nice to have different shades, because in nature, if you were to look at a flower, it's not going to be solid purple, right? I just got that DSP. Oh, the die cutting you're going to be doing with this idea. I hope you run with it and have some fun. Okay, so these dies go like this. One, they nest inside each other. So one does the outside, one does the detail. See the detail? It's going to be so cool. Okay, this one goes this way. So I'm going to do all the flowers purple. Okay, I think that one like that. So I'm going to run those, and we're going to see the beautiful detail of those flowers. Okay, I have already, see, look at what they look like. Look at the green. So once you cut them, like, you no longer see the actual just kind of splotchiness of the Designer Series paper. This is what you see. You just see these beautiful dies with a nice variation of greens within them, like they would be in nature. So there is some petals that I have gone ahead and die cut out. And again, they have a gorgeous, gorgeous color to them. And here is a couple more. I just realized I didn't put a piece of paper over my plate here, and I do have, the sun is going down in Victoria. It is just before 7. Here is the yellow. So again, when they're die cut out, all you have is a little bit of variation in color, right? Which makes them look a little bit more natural. And then I've got some pretty little tiny blue flowers, which I just thought were a cute color. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, I am going to cut this out, and then we're going to put all of our pieces together. So again, those are out of that Splendid Autumn, and there's always the busy side, right? That has the nature scene, but then there is this kind of just blotchy or watercolor looked colors. So let me run these. We're going to see what they're going to look like. I think they're going to look fabulous. And I have been on a bit of a thing with purple lately. I am loving purple for part of my spring cards. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me see. Oh yeah, these are beautiful. I might have to get something to put over here because I think we're gonna have to turn on the lights here in a second. Lights, camera, action. Okay, so see how they have the different colors of purple in there? Isn't that beautiful? Purple. Yes, everyone seems to be approving of the purple. So I'm gonna put these onto here. We're gonna use the 3 different size flowers, and I'll show you the detail here in a sec a little bit more. Let me just grab a sheet of, let's see here, my grid paper. Usually on a Tuesday I don't need my light, but because I'm starting half an hour later so I could have a bite to eat, let me just put all these. The sun's going down. Okay, so we'll put all those to the side. Now I can turn my light on. You can see it a little bit better, okay? There we go, better? Yes. Okay, so now you can really see the different colors within there and how pretty this is gonna be. Okay, so the other thing that I am toying with is possibly cutting this down just a little bit and spacing it out. I'm going to show you the focal point that I've got, which is this one here. And I think it might be kind of cool if we cut it. I say we do it just because then you'll know if you like that look or not. I like to be, you know, your guinea pig sometimes and try something different so that you can see if you would like to do it. And that's what we like to do on Tuesday. We toss it up a little bit, get some different looks, and play on a different variation on a card I may have done before. So I'm going to do it in, and I'm not even going to do them the same distance apart. I'm going to really mix this up a little. I'm going to do, I'm being a rebel here, 1 1/4, and then maybe 1, and then is that going to give me like 3/4? Close. I'll make it so that the last one's slightly smaller. Okay. Now there is a tiny bit of detail along the edge of this. Originally, I was creating the cards for June's Card Club, which is the Splendid, or no, it's Celebratory Sips suite. Oh, see, I like that. I really like that. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, that looks pretty cool cut up. Okay, so I'm going to put those down. I quite like it. In fact, I'm tempted to pop them all up just to add a little bit more dimension to them. Let's try it. I think it looks quite beautiful with the dark color. So I'm just going to turn these over. Okay. Sound good? So I hope that you have all had a good day. Did anyone have a chance to get a little bit crafty today? I mean, I could not wait to get home and get a little bit crafty with all of you here. I have been looking forward to this all day. Okay, so I'm going to put this one here. Like that, and then let's see. Oh yeah, this is going to look quite pretty, I think. And then we're going to do this one. It's kind of nice to have the detail on the edge, even with the texture, because it does show up. It just kind of gives a beautiful finish look. And then now, would any, let's see here. Zombie today worked. Oh, the election today. What is the name of the die set you are using? I bet you it was busy today for that, Donna. The die set that I'm using is the Impressions A Bloom. Impressions A Bloom. It is, again, it is going to be released on the 6th. So there is those pieces separated. That looks quite effective, doesn't it? Beautiful. And I like it on the stripe. A nice neutral stripe that's not too busy, but gives a little variation in color. That's fun. Okay. Now I'm going to put, this is going to be my focal point. So again, I'm using just a little bit different of a shape, and it is the Around It All dies. So this one here, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm using the 6th. Yeah, 6th smallest. There is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different sizes in here. Very unique circles that are quite fun. I'm going to put a little greeting on there then, and then we're going to build our flowers around it, okay? 3 test cards until I narrowed it down. May 31st, meeting swap of island. I'm so excited that you're going to that. So yes, we do have a wonderful group of demonstrators on Vancouver Island. They are fabulous, and I'm very lucky to have quite a few of them on my team, and love to connect with them. And we do have a meeting on the island where we basically just get together and have fun and create. I'm going to do, I think, a little hello there. I think that's what I want to do. Hello there. And the next one is May the 31st. I will not be making that one, unfortunately, just because we have got a family service that we are going to be at. Okay, so I think I want the hello there, and I'm going to put a couple flowers up top, some greenery, and one down here in the corner is what I'm thinking. Let's just have a little look. So if we were to go like 1, 2, and we're going to play around, let's see here, this a little bit. I think the purple is going to look really, really pretty on this dark color. Let's see if we do one, kind of working around the shape a little bit. I just want to make sure I'm going to have room for my hello there. I am. That's going to be perfect. Okay. So that's where I'm going to put it. And I think I'm going to pull in this color here. So I'm going to grab that one. Secret C. There. I don't know if you can tell the color a little better. I mean, it's a greeny blue. It's a very dark greeny blue, right? I think this would be beautiful for a sympathy card. It really would be. With a sympathy greeting, not a hello there, but a sympathy greeting. Okay. And again, I am in love with these blooming phrases with just, they're just so cute, right? Okay. All right. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this down onto here like this. And then we're going to go from there. Okay. So I'm going to just kind of, let's see here, put a little there, here, here. I'm just going to do just a little bit. Okay. Oh, I put my glue. See, Lynn, I think it was Lynn that always says I should put it on the back of my paper instead. Look at that, I put a little too far. Okay, it's okay, I'm going to build up my flowers on that side. So I'm going to put it right there. Okay, let's make sure it is straight. It is. This I'm going to pop it onto just a card base in a little bit. Once I get everything going here, I want to just make sure I have all my placement right. And I've got some beautiful little tiny blue flowers that I think are going to be a nice added, almost like an embellishment onto here. Just see. I love all these different leaves. Okay, maybe I do want to put it up here. I'm going to slide this one down. So let's start with, I think I've got a vision. We're going to put this close to our hello, like that. And then we're going to bring this one right there. But see how pretty these papers work with the dies? So this was the main thing that I really wanted you to see, is just tossing up your different designer series papers. Like, have a look, because there's usually, just seeing which way I want this to go, there's usually one side, nope, I can't cover up my hello. There's usually one side that is definitely kind of busier, and then there's usually one side that is quite muted, and you can use it beautifully for this sort of creating with your dies. Now, having said that, when it came to our butterfly, this one that's a busier die like this, that is kind of has more thin lines in it, and it's very detailed. There's a lot of holes throughout it. You can get away with doing some really busy papers, and when you cut it, all you see is the different variation in color on your die. Okay, when it comes to these ones, if you were to use like super busy paper, then you wouldn't notice the shape of the flowers. Instead, like that highlights the busy die. The busy paper highlights the busy intricate die, where these watercolor ones, they kind of highlight the shape and they make them really pretty. Okay, so we're going to go like that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add just a few more greenery, and I'm going to do little yellow insides for these flowers too, but I want to just build it up a little bit. I mean, another way you could do it is you could go to definitely all of the more trouble and do some watercoloring of just different shades of purples or whatever you want your flowers to be, and you would do a beautiful sheet of just brushed different colors on watercolor paper, let that dry, and then die cut your flowers and your greenery out of that. And I did that around Christmas time with some Christmas trees, and it was quite beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna pop that out there. We're looking pretty good so far. And then we're going to put one down over here. And I think I'm going to pop it out. And I'm going to add some greenery down here. I think it's also a great way to use up. Like, I took pieces that, I mean, these are the end pieces of some card fronts that I made with all the scenic papers. And I'm now using these scraps to create some beautiful leaves and flower pieces. So it's a good way to use up different pieces that you have left over, which I love that. Okay. It is a pretty combo, isn't it? So let's do, I'm going to tuck this in a little bit more. I don't want it to be so spread out like that there. We're going to do a little flower right there. That is pretty. Now we're going to take, and I'm going to add a little bit of yellow, and I think I'll pop these out. Why not? So I've got a larger yellow there, and then I'm going to do I have my little mini dimensionals? I do. And I'll add a little bit. Now, I don't need a lot of ribbon or anything else on this card because of the gorgeous detail that we're getting out of our papers. Okay. Okay, I am liking that. Now, I've got an extra little circle. Don't need that one. But I did cut these dies here. Little cute little flowers just out of this blue kind of washy background. And I'm going to put them just kind of here, there to add almost like a like an embellishment would. So we're going to put one here. We'll just kind of sit them in a couple places. Even, I think I have 6. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 5 because I like to keep it uneven. I'm going to put one up here. Like that. One here. One right beside it. Right there. Right there. You know what? I think because of just the way they're laying, I think I can get away with one more because I'm doing them in groups of 3. And I have one more. I just want to put it on. Okay. Otherwise it'd be lonely. It will feel left out. Okay. All right. So there is our flowers. Look at how beautiful those turned out. And you can see the different colors. How do we like the separated texture? Is that working for you or not? Let's see. I'm going to grab a... Okay. Just going to grab a card base. I'm going to put that on, okay? Yeah? Good. I'm just going to put it over top, just like that, and it's just going to sit and cover the entire top surface. Now, we could definitely add a few little embellishments too, and I will probably do that. I don't think we need a whole lot more. There. Perfect. I love how that turned out. Okay, now for embellishments, I think if I do the embellishments, okay, here is our white texture. So this is what we tossed up tonight. White texture. Okay, we have got it's separated. So with this idea in mind in the background, separated it up. This is the more intricate dies, so a lot of detail, little holes throughout it. We used a busy pattern of DSP. This one here, larger solid dies. We use the backgrounds of these, and there's other, you guys might even be able to name different pattern papers out there that have a beautiful wash on the back. There's these ones, there's the bokeh ones, Thoughtful Journey papers. those would be amazing. They have a real nice watercolor wash. They would work beautifully, right? And you can cut your dies out. I think we need a little bit of sparkle though. So I'm gonna go in and I think I know which ones I want. Let's see if I have them here. I think I want the, there they are, but I had an open package, I'm sure. Maybe not. I wanted my antique ones because they are beautiful. I'm just seeing if I have any left that are opened. Or we could do, actually that might be kind of pretty too. I'm going to do these ones. These are the ribbon ones. These ones might even be on the last, maybe on the last chance, if they're still there. But a little bit of shine and a little bit of silver. This has silver in it. So let's just do a few. I don't want to, and I want the little ones, I think. I think I definitely want the little ones. So, I mean, we're just going to add just a little bit of sparkle. I don't want to do too much because we've got our flowers too, right? So we don't want to do too much. Let's see, let's go one. I'm going to put one down here. I'm going to put one up here. And maybe I will do one large one. No, I got to do them off center like that. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put one out down here, 4. And I have to do uneven, so we got to do 5. Okay, so there is a little bit of dots. You know what? I almost like it better without the dots. I really do. I think I do. I think I liked it better without the dots. But it added a little bit of sparkle. Another thing you could always do, you could take out your Wink of Stella pen, and you could, if you needed a little bit more sparkle, you could sparkle up the centers of the flowers, maybe the little tiny blue ones, just to add a little bit of shine. And that works too. So a couple different options. And if you didn't want to put the little flowers on, you could do the little embellishments instead. I think both are almost too much. I might end up taking those off. We'll see. Okay. But there we go. Different look, different color combinations, but using the same concept of the texture, full coverage on the card, you know, kind of a landing spot for your dies. Here we had this kind of different circular shape for our landing for our dies. Okay, so again, these are the Impressions Bloom dies, and may end up being my card club for July, I'm thinking, because they're so pretty. And the papers that come with them are amazing. So you may see a card club month out of that for sure. Okay. All right. There we have it. We tossed it up with a lot of products tonight, didn't we? Okay. We did the blooming phrases. And again, I did the hello there. You could do definitely the thinking of you would be pretty as well. Then you could turn it into more of a sympathy card if you need it. Thanks is always nice. Yeah, lots of options there. We did the Autumn Abound. No, Splendid Autumn papers for our flowers. We did our new texture, our Damask designs, and we did a funky little circular shape. Okay, I love it. All right, so I am going to give away, because I like to give away things, just like I like to add extras in your packages. I am going to give away one of my Fun Fold kits that I'm going to design for June's Card Club. So I'm going to give it away live tonight to, let's go with number, and I've got to write it down in my book so I know who I'm giving it to, because I haven't designed this one yet. It's coming. I'm going to go for number 7. Number 7. So comment number 7. Let's see who it's going to be tonight. All right. So deadlines. As you guys are popping your comments in for our comment prize. So deadline reminders. Card club for our SIPs. And I will grab the paper or the cards. Here they are here. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to go back and find where I was. There's lots of people popping in. But card club for this one, which is our Cheers and Sips, but it is celebratory Sips products. And these are our cards for June's card club. They're just so cute. I love them. I love using these for vases and for glasses, and a little pop-up fun as well. So the deadline for that one is going to be on the 10th of the month, so 10th of May. The deadline for registering, I gotta go back and I gotta find where I was. Let me just see here, please, please, please. Fabulous. Love, love. Here we go. There we are. Okay, so I'm gonna get my winner here, number 7. So let's see. Mary is 1, Christine is 2, Karen is 3. Let's see here. Margaret is 4, Natalie is 5, Jackie is 6, and now we have got Christine Lazarides watching on YouTube. I'm gonna have to check in with you and see whether or not you are within Canada. If you're within Canada, I can mail you off a prize. If I cannot, I have got the next name in there, which I have noted. So Amy, I have got noted your name just in case Christine is not within Canada. Okay, perfect. Okay. And so the other deadlines are going to be on September. Let me write these down. So I'm even going to use my one pretty die cut here because I have a bunch here. So for, May the 5th is for the paper ribbon, and you have to be within Canada to do this share, and Good Times share. So you're going to get a quarter package of 50 new beautiful designer series papers. You are going to get a quarter spool of 10 different ribbons. You are going to get the Good Times Ephemera pack. I always say that wrong no matter which way I do it. And then from me, you are going to get those card bases, and you are going to get these little beauties here as a little gift that I check into your package as a freebie, okay? And deadline is May the 6th. I have to have, okay, you are in Ohio, okay. Aw, so Christine, I might contact you, and I've got a PDF I'll send you instead, okay? But for the package, okay, Amy Todd, it is coming to you. So I'm going to write that down in my book. Amy Todd is going to get the mail out. I just have to officially write it down so that I know exactly who I'm mailing stuff to. So congratulations, Amy. And like I said, I will be getting a hold of you, Christine, or just maybe private message. Send me your email address if you're okay with that. And I'm going to mail you off a PDF. I am. Because you're here watching with us, and I can do that. All right. And then for let's see here, so that you have to have registered by the 5th, because the 5th at midnight I order all of the products for my product share. Okay, so I order it all, big huge 1 packages of every single designer series papers, all of the ribbons, everything. So I order it all up. Okay, so that's why it has to be in by the 5th, because there's a good chance that by the 6th, some of those things are sold out, and then I can't do the full product share. Okay, so by the 5th, you're going to want to sign up for the product share, and then by the 10th of May is the my June card club. Okay, all right, those are your deadlines. Those are the ones you have to know about. Okay, all right, everyone. I hope that you have a great evening. I should let you know we do have a little something coming up from Stampin' Up, a little extra promotional gift per se. We did start a brand new rewards program. So even with your $25 orders, you're now earning rewards that you can start to bank if you want, or use them at any time on any future order that you put in. So the nice thing is, if you're placing your orders, say one a month or whatever you end up doing, you can bank all of your rewards until you have a larger amount, and then you can put it towards getting something free that's a larger ticket price, which is a nice thing because we weren't able to do that before, and you also had to have a $2 order before you got any rewards. So I am still going to be giving away my FunFold classes for people that order during any given month, $50 or more. So I am still doing that. I'm not stopping that. But Stampin' Up! Is going to start, it already has started to give you rewards for anything over $25. On the 2nd, I have to double check, so I should double check this, but I'm pretty sure it's the 2nd and 3rd. They just announced this today. 2nd and 3rd of May, if you happen to place orders, they are going to double up, and they are going to give you twice as many rewards. So instead of getting 10% back in rewards, you're going to get 20% back those 2 days. So they are doing that for its official, I think, scrapbooking day or something to celebrate that. And they're going to double up your rewards. So that is a good thing to know if you've got a list going. Okay. All right. That's all I got for you. Take care, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that card, and I will see you soon. Next time will be, let's see. I'm going to be going live perhaps with a couple friends of mine, as we may be having a little fun, a little getaway and getting into some trouble. So you may see some pictures of us coming up this week. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. All right, take care.